What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to Game Theory. How deadly is Mario's blue shell Mario Kart 8 by the Game Theorist? Now, I haven't played Mario Kart in so long, but I used to love it. It is one of my favorite games growing up. But yeah, anyway, hopefully this is going to be quite awesome. The original is in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theorist if you haven't already. Without any further ado, let's begin.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where the closest to failing a test I've ever come was my driver's test. It's no
That woke me up.
Joke, by the way. I was 1 point away from failing my driver's
Really?
test. In Ohio, we have this stupid thing called the maneuverability test, which tests 0 real-life skills. And if the instructor had noticed that I actually did touch the cone rather than being just really close to it, I totally would have failed, but haha. But seriously, just give us a parallel parking challenge. It would have saved me so much embarrassment during my first 6 years out in LA, until I finally forced myself to learn how to do it the old-fashioned way. Go into a school parking lot on a weekend and setting up some cones. A fully functioning adult teaching himself essential driving skills that he should have learned when he was 16-year-old. But enough about me and my
Parallel parking is quite, I used to know how to do it quite well. But that was when I was, studying for my driver's test. But after I freaking finished it, I don't use it that much. I've done it once or twice, but I'm just so bad at it that I just don't even bother. If I can't find a spot to drive right into, I'm not going.
frustrations with parallel parking, let's talk Mario Kart. Loyal theorists might remember last year when I determined that Mario Kart 8 was Mario's deadliest game. For those of you who haven't seen the video and are just too lazy to click on the icon,
I haven't seen it yet, I don't think.
I calculated that the in-game collisions are as powerful as 2,000 times the force of gravity. And these collisions are happening multiple times every game. The TLDR of that episode, racers in Mario Kart are more dead than the Ugandan Knuckles meme. But, oh dear viewers, these high-speed...
That meme, it's pretty dead, but you see people in the comments now and then saying it, so yeah, it would be more dead than that meme.
Collisions are simply the beginning. It gets so much worse. So today we rise to the occasion and calculate the lethality of Mario Kart's most feared and most deadly weapon. No Reggie, not the blooper. I'm talking about the blue shell, the victory slayer, the great equalizer, which, once used, soars to the racer in first place, circles around him like a vulture circling its prey, and then dives down, stopping them dead in their tracks as the shell explodes into a fiery inferno. So just how deadly is this weapon?
Oh, that's sick. I haven't played Mario Kart 8. I've played Mario Kart, yes, but I don't think I've played Mario Kart 8. And I don't remember the blue shell ever doing that in any of the other Mario Karts. But that's sick.
Of mass kart destruction, let's crack open our physics textbooks to find out. The key to determining the force of the blue shell lies with momentum. Now, momentum is the measurement of the motion of an object, and it's calculated by multiplying the mass of the object by its velocity. A light mass moving at slow speeds isn't going to have that much momentum. A light mass moving at a faster speed is going to have slightly more momentum. And a heavy mass moving at fast speeds is going to have the most momentum. It's like me when I'm bowling. Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but I'm fairly weak. So I can choose to throw a light 8-pound ball quickly, like all the 10-year-olds who are bowling next to me, or a heavier 16-pound ball slowly. Both of those are going to yield roughly the same amount of momentum and accordingly knock down about the same number of pins, usually around 7. Were I to throw the heavy ball faster, theoretically I'd be able to knock down more pins because I'd have more momentum, except my aim sucks, so I'd just end up in the gutter. Or in the alley next to me, which has happened more than once. And if you're wondering why momentum in this equation is written with variable p, I honestly don't know. Probably just trying to put the p back into AP physics. Additionally, we need to take a look at one more physics concept here: impulse. Impulse is a measurement of the total momentum transferred by an action, and it's calculated by multiplying force times time. So say I'm playing home run contest in Super Smash and I have 2 sandbags. I'm Ganondorf and I punch the first one for 2 seconds with a force of 100 newtons. Then I switch my character over to Captain Falcon and punch the second one for 1 second with a force of 200 newtons. Although I punched the 2 bags with 2 different forces.
Man, it's too freaking early in the day for the math. It's too freaking early in the day for all this math. Too early any day for all this math. I'm not this smart.
For 2 different amounts of time, both of those actions would have had the same amount of impulse. Therefore, it would be expected that the sandbags would fly the same distance. And if you're wondering why impulse here is written with the variable j, I honestly don't know that either. Probably trying to put the j back into physics is just too complicated for its own good. the J in there. It's a very important letter. Now, if we can calculate the change in momentum caused by the blue shell, we'll be able to find its destructive forces. Change in momentum is equal to the momentum before the shell hits you minus the momentum after it hits you. The momentum of the shell after it hits you is simply 0. You are no longer moving, so no matter what your mass is, your momentum is going to be 0. That is how the blue shell works. It is easy. Finding the momentum before the shell slams into you, though, is going to be a bit more difficult. Now, in my last Mario Kart video, I determined that one of the fastest character kart combinations was Dry Bowser in the B-Dasher with slick wheels and a super glider. I found that at max speed, Dry Bowser can travel 180 kilometers per hour or 50 meters per second. For my fellow Americans, that translates to over 110 miles per hour. These races are far from light joy rides through Toad Harbor. They are extreme. If you want to know how I found all
I wish Mario Kart was that extreme. Like, as I said, I've never played that Mario Kart 8, but I have watched, I think it was like Uber Hacks or Nova play it in one of his videos with some friends. And yeah, I don't remember seeing anyone use the blue shell.
that, the math is in the video, hiding in that iCard in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. The teaser tag should be popping out right now.
Now what is so funny?
So we know his speed, but now we gotta determine his mass. In Mario Kart 8, the game uses a system of hidden statistics to define a character's given attributes. Acceleration, on-road traction, off-road traction, and of course, weight. And I was able to track down a chart of these hidden...
Oh, so then you would know who the best character is then? That's like a cheat. It's a little cheat sheet, isn't it?
Stats. Dry Bowser is listed as having a mass of 9. That's the good news. The bad news is that that 9 is unitless, so we have no clue what that 9 actually translates to. However, I just so happen to have an ace up my sleeve.
That troll face?
That is the ace of Mario Jumpman Mario. It's a very weird deck of cards I'm using. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario is listed as having a weight of 6 units. Now, in a past video by my fellow game theorist Austin, he used Mario Sunshine's water propulsion to calculate Mario's weight at just under 90 kilograms, or about 198 pounds. But, in all honesty, I don't trust Austin. He shouts too much.
Hey! I'm offended.
Plus, this is my show on my channel, and I don't want to give him the sole glory of calculating Mario's weight for himself. So I found another way to verify that number. If Mario is indeed 89.94
Why are you making this more complicated for yourself, Matt?
kilograms like Austin says he is, and in Mario Kart, Mario is the equivalent of 6 units of weight, then one weight unit is going to be about 15 kilograms. Knowing that, let's look at the carts. In Mario Kart, the standard cart is listed as weighing 2 units. The standard wheels weigh in at 2 units as well, and the super glider weighs in at 1 unit. Add these together and you get your basic cart weighing in at 5 in-game units. 5 times 15 gives us 75 kilograms. And just how much does a standard go-kart weigh in real life? Wouldn't you know it? 75 kilograms.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like Nintendo planned it this way. Maybe they've known Mario's...
Probably, they probably did. People really don't give game developers enough credit. Because I heard that for certain games, like, they take the entire, like, development team and actually go to certain areas of the world to see what it's like to live there, so that way they can take notes, come back, and like, you know, implement certain things into the game that way. I mean, people really don't give game developers enough credit.
Wait from the beginning, but no, there's no way. Right, Reggie? Reggie Fils-Aimé, everybody, president of Nintendo of North America. Reggie, tell me, there's no way that Nintendo knew what Mario's weight actually was, right?
What's wrong with you?
A lot of things, Reggie, but we're not here to talk about me and my problems. Seriously, though, if only you guys put as much thought into the Zelda timeline.
Not my problem.
Where are my donuts?
Way to pass the blame there, buddy. Anyway, between the scientific evidence in Mario Sunshine and the mathematical evidence in Mario Kart, that's all the proof I need. By the power vested in me by 10 million subscribers who enjoy watching my analytical theories here on YouTube, I officially certify Mario's weight to be 90 kilograms. 89.94 kilograms to be exact.
What's that in
90
pounds?
kilograms. So with Mario's height...
What's that in pounds? Alright, so I looked it up and it was like 198 pounds. So Mario's 198 pounds. But isn't Mario also, I think, like 5'1" from another MatPat video? Mario must have a little bit of a gut going on or something. So Mario might be, you know, he might need to lose a few pounds.
Height and weight certified, we have now created a standardized system of weights and measures that can be used across the entirety of the Mario universe. It's a lot like the metric system, but a lot, and I mean a lot nerdier. It also means that we can finally determine Dry Bowser's mass to calculate the impact force of the blue shell. So Dry Bowser weighs 9 units, the B Dasher weighs 3 units, the Slick Wheels weigh 3 units, and the Super Glider weighs 1 unit. Add all of that up and Dry Bowser and his fastest Kart combination weighs 16 total units. With each unit representing 14.99 kilograms, we can determine that the mass of Dry Bowser and his Kart is gonna be 239.84 kilograms. Now remember that momentum, the P in AP
What is
physics,
that?
is equal to speed times mass. Therefore, the 240 kilogram Dry Bowser traveling at a speed of 50 meters per second would have a momentum of 11,992 Newton seconds. But again, that's just Dry Bowser. We're here to calculate the devastating power of the blue shell, which is able to stop that amount of momentum instantaneously. And that means that we're gonna need to know the blue shell's impulse. As I mentioned before, impulse is a force applied over a period
Don't you also have to know its weight in order to calculate any of this?
of time. So it equals F times T. It also equals the change in momentum, which we just established. The change in momentum the blue shell causes is 11,992 Newton seconds. So if we want to know the destructive force that the blue shell's delivering in that moment of impact, all we need to do is eliminate time from this equation. Lucky for us, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe runs at a silky smooth 60 frames per second, and it takes 33 frames for a blue shell to bring you to a complete stop. So divide those 33
It takes
frames
half a
by the
second?
60 frames per second, and the time is calculated
Basically?
out to be 0.55 seconds. F times 0.55 equals 11,992. Divide both sides by 0.55, and we get that the blue shell would need a force of 21,803 newtons to stop the speeding Dry Bowser. But it gets even more forceful than that, because you see, that 22,000 newtons would only apply if the blue shell is hitting its victims from head on. The blue shell takes it one step further by flying over
What the frig was that? That was graphic.
you and then diving into your face at an alarmingly steep 60-degree angle. So using trigonometry, I found that blue shells would require double the amount of force we just calculated. 43,670 newtons flying right at a racer's cranium in order to stop them and their cart dead in their tracks. Compare that number to the Bullet Bill episode, where I found that bullet bills have a force of 2,570 newtons. This is 20 times that amount of force, making the blue shell the deadliest quote-unquote bullet in the Mushroom Kingdom. In last year's Mario Kart episode, I
crazy.
found that in a worst-case scenario, some impacts reach 2,000 Gs, while the blue shell doubles that to a force of nearly 4,000 Gs. In other words, why try competing to be the lead in this race when you can just kill off the player who's in first with your blue shell? Because that is exactly what's happening here. It's like sending the most family-friendly hitman to bump off someone who, sorry, was simply better at you in a stupid party racing video game. And I'm still not done, because as any player who's in second place knows, it's not the impact that gets ya, it's the explosion around the impact. Using more pixel measurements, I was
Oh, so it'll hit the other players. Ah! Man, I can barely wrap my head around this stuff. Like, normally I'm alright with it, but today, I don't know, maybe the old brain's not going so fast. But this is hard to follow along with right now.
was able to calculate that the maximum blast radius of the blue shell explosion is 3.1 meters. Now, there's a handy-dandy formula called Brode's method that we can use to determine the energy of this explosion. I've mentioned it before during the How Deadly is the Babam episode, but since it's a lot more math, I'm just gonna speed things up here. The first variable in this equation of death is pressure. Pressure is equal to force divided by area. As calculated earlier, the head-on
We
force
have to go faster!
speed is 21,803.
We have to go faster! Oh my goodness.
Solving the equation, I found that the blue shell explosion has
There we
an
go.
energy of 17,617 kilojoules. For comparison, that is the same amount of energy found in 4 kilograms of TNT.
What?
Loyal theorists might remember the United Nations Explosion Consequence Analysis website
Yeah, I
from
remember
the
that
bomb
one.
episode. With an equivalent of 4 kilograms of TNT, anyone within 15 meters of that detonation is going to expect a ruptured eardrum. Anyone within 5.9 meters is going to be suffering from severe lung damage. And most dangerously of all, anyone within 3.5 meters of that explosion are just going to be flat out dead. D-E-D, dead. Thanks to blue shells, Mount Wario would be covered in police tape.
Man, Matt's really good at math, but apparently not that good with grammar.
Huge craters would start appearing in Toad Harbor. The TSA won't let me bring hand cream onto flights, but Mario and friends are able to bring the equivalent of 4 kilograms of TNT into Sunshine Airport without raising any red flags. You better hope that you're racing with insurance, friends, and I'm not talking car insurance. I am talking life insurance, because these games are deadly. So there you have it. Blue shells are practically heat-seeking missiles designed as a turtle shell. The shells will absolutely kill the first place driver upon impact, as well as anyone within a 3.5 radius around them. They're all dead. The Mushroom Kingdom is slowly killing off all of its best, most skilled drivers. Leave it up to Nintendo to violate the Geneva Conventions with a game that's rated E for everyone. So the next time that you pick up a blue shell in a mystery box, take a moment to comprehend the sheer amount of power that you're holding. If you're in first place and receive the indication that the blue shell's approaching, take those final seconds and make peace with your maker. I hope those 2.5 laps in first were worth it, because the true winners of Mario Kart are the survivors, the ones who stay
The true winners are the ones who in the back, who aren't targeted by the blue shell.
Dab in the middle. Basically, the Mushroom Kingdom is self-selecting for the most mediocre drivers of the bunch. Like me and my driver's test. The brakes! Hit the brakes! But hey, that's just a theory.
That was a hard one, man. That was freaking difficult for me to get my head wrapped around. But in the end, it turns out the blue shell is what, like 4 pounds of TNT or something like that. That's what it is the equivalent to, or something like that. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. This one is probably one of the most difficult Game Theorist videos for me to get like my head wrapped around. I don't know, maybe it's too early in the morning and I'm just more brain dead than normal. But whatever. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Possibly share it with a friend. Yeah, I haven't played Mario Kart 8, and although I want to, I haven't played a Mario game in a little while now. And as I said, you know, I did watch some Let's Plays of it with, I think it was Uberhaxer Nova, or maybe it was someone else that I was watching. But yeah, it does look really fun. I kind of want to play it. I have no one to play with. Anyway. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend if you're new, and subscribe to join the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theater. So I'll see you guys next time. Boop.